Learn about the world. Afghanistan. Look at the map. We see that Afghanistan, a landlocked country located in South-Central Asia, has an important geopolitical position. It connects the Middle East with Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent. To the north it borders Iran, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan, and has a short border in the direction of the Wakhan Corridor with Xinjiang, an autonomous region of China. Basic information. Full name, Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. Government type, Islamic Republic. ISO, AF, AFG. Country domain, AF. Phone code, +93. Time zone, +430. Capital, Kabul. Major cities, Kandahar, Herat, Mazar-e-Sharif, Jalalabad, Kunduz. Largest cities in Afghanistan: Kabul, Kandahar, Herat, Mazar-i-Sharif, Jalalabad, Kunduz, Taloqan, Puli Kumri, Ghazni, Coast. Area: 652,867 square kilometers. Terrain: mostly mountains and desert. Climate: dry, cold winters and hot summers. Population: 41,644,187, June 2023. Ethnicity: Afghan. Religion: Sunni Muslim 80%, Shia Muslim 19%. Other 1%. Languages: Dari, Afghan Persian, Pashto. Resources: natural gas, oil, coal, copper, chromium, talc, barite, sulfur, lead, zinc, iron, salt, precious and semi-precious stones. Agricultural products: opium, wheat, maize, barley, rice, cotton, fruit, seeds, caracal pelts, wool, and lamb. Industrial products: small-scale production of textiles, soap, furniture, footwear. Fertilizer, cement, hand-woven rugs, natural gas, coal, copper. Exports: commodities, opium, fruits and nuts, handmade carpets, wool, cotton, leather and precious stones. Exports partners: India, Pakistan, Tajikistan. Imports: commodities, machinery, food, textiles, petroleum products. Imports partners: Pakistan, India, USA, Turkmenistan, China, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan. Currency: Afghani, AFN. Foreign relations: Afghanistan became a member of the United Nations in 1946. In 1950, Afghanistan and India signed a treaty of friendship. Relations with Pakistan have often been tense for various reasons, such as the Durand Line border issue and alleged Pakistani involvement in Afghan insurgent groups. It has had notable unofficial ties with China, Pakistan, and Qatar. Under the previous Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, it enjoyed cordial relations with a number of NATO and allied nations, particularly the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, and Turkey. In 2012, the United States and the then Republic in Afghanistan signed their Strategic Partnership Agreement, in which Afghanistan became a major non-NATO ally. Such qualification was rescinded by U.S. President Joe Biden in July 2022. Human rights: homosexuality is taboo in Afghan society. According to the Penal Code, homosexual intimacy is punished by up to a year in prison. However, an ancient tradition involving male homosexual acts between children and older men, typically wealthy warlords or elite people, called Baka Bazi, persists. Religious minorities such as Sikhs, Hindus, and Christians have reportedly faced persecution in the country. Since May 2022, all women in Afghanistan have been required by law to wear full body coverings when in public. Another decree was issued shortly after the first, requiring female TV presenters to cover their faces during broadcasts. In May 2022, the Taliban dissolved Afghanistan's Human Rights Commission along with 4 other government departments, citing the country's budget deficit. Transportation. The backbone of Afghanistan's road network is Highway 1, often called the Ring Road, which extends for 2,210 kilometers, 1,370 mi, and connects 5 major cities: Kabul, Ghazni, Kandahar, Herat and Mazar-i-Sharif, with spurs to Kunduz and Jalalabad and various border crossings. While skirting around the mountains of the Hindu Kush, the Ring Road is crucially important for domestic and international trade in the economy. A key portion of the Ring Road is the Salang Tunnel, completed in 1964, which facilitates travel through the Hindu Kush mountain range and connects northern and southern Afghanistan. It is the only land route that connects Central Asia to the Indian subcontinent. Several mountain passes allow travel between the Hindu Kush and other areas. Serious traffic accidents are common on Afghan roads and highways, particularly on the Kabul-Kandahar and the Kabul-Jalalabad road. Traveling by bus in Afghanistan remains dangerous due to militant activities. Air transport in Afghanistan is provided by the national carrier, Ariana Afghan Airlines, and by the private company Kam Air. Airlines from a number of countries also provide flights in and out of the country. These include Air India, Emirates, Gulf Air, Iran Aseman Airlines, Pakistan International Airlines, and Turkish Airlines. The country has 4 international airports: Hamid Karzai International Airport, formerly Kabul International Airport, Kandahar International Airport, Herat International Airport, and Mazar-i-Sharif International Airport, including domestic airports. Bagram Air Base is a major military airfield. The country has 3 rail links: 1. A 75-kilometer (47 mi) line from Mazar-i-Sharif to the Uzbekistan border, a 10-kilometer (6.2 miles) long line from Toragundi to the Turkmenistan border, where it continues as part of Turkmen Railways, and a short link from Akina across the Turkmen border to Kirki, which is planned to be extended further across Afghanistan. These lines are used for freight only and there is no passenger service. A rail line between Kaf, Iran and Herat, western Afghanistan, intended for both freight and passengers, is under construction as of 2019. Private vehicle ownership has increased. Taxis are yellow in color and consist of both cars and auto rickshaws. In rural Afghanistan, villagers often use donkeys, mules or horses to transport or carry goods. Camels are primarily used by the Kochi nomads. Bicycles are popular throughout Afghanistan. Education in Afghanistan includes K-12 and higher education, which is under the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Higher Education. In 2021, there were nearly 10 million students and 220,000 teachers in Afghanistan. The nation still requires more schools and teachers. Soon after the Taliban took the country in August 2021, they banned girls from secondary education. Some provinces still allow secondary education for girls despite the ban. In December 2022, the Taliban government also prohibited university education for females in Afghanistan, sparking protests and international condemnation. In December 2023, investigations were being held by the United Nations into the claim that Afghan girls of all ages were allowed to study at religious schools. As of November 2024, some parts of the country allow women to attend religious schools to pursue dentistry, nursing, and other subjects. According to Acting Education Minister Nourullah Munir, Afghanistan has 20,000 official schools in which 9,000 are of no use. 5,000 have no building and the remaining 4,000 needed rehabilitation. Compulsory education in Afghanistan is through the 9th grade. 16. The academic year consists of 2 semesters and runs from March to January. Since the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan in August 2021, officials under the Islamic Emirate have suspended secondary education to teenage girls. Education improved in Afghanistan after the Taliban government was deposed in 2001. In 2013, 8.2 million Afghans attended school, including 3.2 million girls. This compared to only 1.2 million Afghans attending school in 2001, with fewer than 50,000 being girls. 0.39% of girls were attending school in 2017 compared to 6% in 2003. In 2021, a third of students at university were women. The literacy rate has risen from 8% in 2001 to 43% in 2021. Some of the major universities in Afghanistan are the American University of Afghanistan, apparently defunct as of 2021, Kabul University, Kabul Polytechnic University, Al-Baroni University, Kardin University, Balkh University, Herat University, Nangarhar University, Sheikh Zayed University, Kandahar University, Bast University, Paktia University, Kunduz University, Badakhshan University, and Ghazni University. Education in Afghanistan is still confronted by major challenges. 3.5 million children, 75% of them girls, are still out of school. Poverty. The lack of qualified female teachers in rural schools, which is especially linked to girls' education, and substandard school facilities all account for low enrollment. Furthermore, nearly half of all schools do not have a building or facilities. Modern social reform for Afghan women began when Queen Soraya, wife of King Amanullah, made rapid reforms to improve women's lives and their position in the family, marriage, education and professional life. She founded the first women's magazine, or Shah-e-Naswan, 1922. The first women's organization, the first school for girls, Masterat School in 1920. Students of every gender and ethnic background were enrolled in public schools. By 1978, women made up 40% of the doctors and 60% of the teachers at Kabul University. 440,000 female students were enrolled in educational institutions and 80,000 more in literacy programs. Despite improvements, a large percentage of the population remained illiterate. Not only was the constitution of the government styled after that of the Soviet Union, but also changes in academia started to resemble the Soviet approach to education. However, during the Taliban's first period of rule, 1996 to 2001, girls could not receive formal education. In 2015 at Kabul University, the first master's degree course in gender and women's studies in Afghanistan began. A lack of women teachers was another issue that concerned some parents, especially in more conservative areas. Some parents were not allowing their daughters to be taught by men, but this often meant that girls were not allowed to attend school. As the international aid agency Oxfam reported in 2007 that about 1/4 of Afghan teachers were women. On the 20th of December 2022, the Taliban banned women from attending universities in Afghanistan, sparking protests and international condemnation. This decision followed the exclusion of girls from secondary schools since the Taliban came to power the previous year. The United Nations and several countries condemned the move. In 2023, the Taliban arrested female education campaigner Maishula Wessa after he traveled to remote parts of the country to improve access to education for all children. The Taliban previously arrested another outspoken critic of the ban on women's education, Ismail Mashal, in February, but he was released from custody on March 5. Despite the ban, 6 provinces, Balkh, Kunduz, Jowzjan, Sarai Pul, Faryab, and the Day-Kundi provinces still allow girls' schools from grade 6 and up. Healthcare in Afghanistan is slowly improving after it was almost non-existent due to the decades of war. Currently, there are over 3,000 health facilities found throughout Afghanistan. More than 17,000 health posts have been established in the country, including the first neurosurgery hospital, from 2001 to 2021. Afghanistan experienced improvements in healthcare, with life expectancy increasing from 56 to 64 years and the maternal mortality rate reducing by 50%. 89% of residents living in cities have access to clean water in 2021, up from 16% in 2001. Despite these improvements, Afghanistan's healthcare system remains poor when compared with its neighboring countries. The Taliban's 2021 return to power curtailed Afghan women's rights, restricting women's mobility and access to healthcare, and was followed in 2024 with a ban on basic medical training for women, including nursing and midwifery, which some elements of the Taliban had previously tolerated. There are over 100 government-run and private or internationally administered hospitals in Afghanistan. The most advanced medical treatments are available in Kabul, followed by in Kandahar, Herat, Mazar-i-Sharif, and in other major cities. The French Medical Institute for Children and Indira Gandhi Children's Hospital in Kabul are the leading children's hospitals in the country. The Afghan Japan Hospital, Daud Khan Hospital, Jamhuriyat Hospital, Jinnah Hospital, and Rahmat Hospital are some of the major hospitals in the Kabul area. The 350-bed Aino Mina Hospital and the 50-bed Momand Hospital in Kandahar are two of the most modern hospitals in the southern part of the country. Many of the wealthy Afghans travel to India, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Turkey, Turkmenistan, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, and other countries for more advanced medical treatment. Maiwan Teaching Hospital was established in the 1960s. Designed to treat between 300 to 400 patients a day, but in 2019 there are often 1,000 patients in a day. In November 2024, the Afghan Ministry of Health announced the construction of 318 hospitals, according to a 2012 report by Save the Children. Improved healthcare and the rise of females attending school have made Afghanistan climb up from its position as the worst place on earth to be a mother. Afghans spend an estimated $300 million a year on medical treatment abroad, mostly in Pakistan, India, and Turkey. In December 2024, the Taliban's health ministry banned women from being trained in nursing and midwifery, according to media reports confirmed by The Guardian. This was a reversal of an earlier February 2024 decision to permit basic medical training for women. According to NPR, the health ministry had lobbied for an exemption from the general ban on women's education in the healthcare sector because, in some provinces, the Taliban does not allow women to seek treatment from male medical professionals. The Taliban's ban on basic medical training for women was widely condemned by human rights organizations as a danger to the health and well-being of Afghan women and children. With Afghanistan already having among the highest maternal mortality ratios in the world according to 2020 data, before the Taliban's 2021 seizure of power. Sports. Sport in Afghanistan is managed by the Afghan Sports Federation. Cricket and association football are the two most popular sports in the country. The Afghan Sports Federation promotes cricket, association football, basketball, volleyball, golf, handball, boxing, taekwondo, weightlifting, bodybuilding, track and field, skating, bowling, snooker, chess, and other sports. Afghanistan's sports teams are increasingly celebrating titles at international events. Basketball team won the first team sports title at the 2010 South Asian Games. Later that year, the country's cricket team followed it with the winning of 2009-10 ICC Intercontinental Cup. In 2012, the country's 3x3 basketball team won the gold medal at the 2012 Asian Beach Games. In 2013, Afghanistan's football team followed as it won the SAF Championship, the Afghan national cricket team, which was formed in 2001. The Afghanistan Cricket Board, ACB, is the official governing body of the sport and is headquartered in Kabul. The Alokoze Kabul International Cricket Ground serves as the nation's main cricket stadium. There are several other stadiums throughout the country, including the Ghazi Amanullah Khan International Cricket Stadium near Jalalabad. Domestically, cricket is played between teams from different provinces. The Afghanistan national football team has been competing in international football since 1941 and governed by the Afghanistan Football Federation. The national team has never competed or qualified for the FIFA World Cup but has recently won an international football trophy in 2013. The country also has a national team in the sport of futsal, a 5-a-side variation of football. The traditional and the national sport of Afghanistan is buzkashi, mainly popular in the north, but also having a following in other parts of the country. It is similar to polo, played by horsemen in two teams, each trying to grab and hold a goat carcass.